Hey everybody, we are set. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer than it was, but I was wrong about that. So, welcome to Star Trek Lexington, Episode 2. We're going to go through the cast here real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with Chesh, and we're just going to work our way across and then down. So, Chesh, say hi, say who your character is, and then we're going to pass it on.
Hi, I'm Chesh. I'm playing the Doctor, also known as Dr. Tregan. I am cutting people up and doing science, probably, so far. You can find me at Chesh.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Tiriana. I'm playing the executive officer, Chanos, who is an Andorian, and, yeah, that's it.
I'm Jordan. I am the captain, Captain Hawk.
Alright, I'm Dapper. I am the GM for this. So that means I'm everyone who isn't any of them.
Hey, I'm Floofy the Freedom Eagle. I am playing the Chief Engineer and Third in Command, Lieutenant Commander Terran Shelby, half human, half Tellarite with cybernetic enhancements. The enhancements help me not turning into a puddle of goo, which is a good thing, apparently.
Important, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Czar, and I'm playing the security officer. I'm a burb.
Okay.
Stupid bird.
Double
Hey guys.
burbs.
Double burst. We could have had more burbs. I'm Zerlon. I'm playing Hank Lanford, the science officer. Sadly, no uniform tonight. I barely made it on time.
And last but not least, hello. My name is Crusher. Some of you also know me as Izu. And I am playing the ship's counselor, Counselor Jedam Ross.
Alright.
I am another bird.
So, Jordan, could you start us off with our captain's log for today's episode?
Captain's log, Stardate 5393.4. We will arrive at the Bacchus system within an hour. Starfleet Command has ordered us there for 3 reasons. First, we are to track down 2 Starfleet officers who stole a shuttle and were last detected heading in this direction. No one's sure why they did it, but 2 people were killed, so they must answer for their crimes. Next, reports from passing ships and nearby outposts speak of signs that a Klingon bird of prey has violated the neutral zone and is heading towards the Bacchus system. We're to investigate to see if there's any truth to these reports. Finally, strange, indecipherable signals have been emanating from the Bacchus system for the past several weeks. The Lexington is to search for the source of these signals and to try to determine their meaning, if any.
Awesome, thank you. Alright, so one thing that I did forget last time was to make sure that everyone was aware of their directives. So directives, one is always the prime directive. That's in every single episode where you're playing as Starfleet officers. But directives can be used like values. You can spend determination on them, you can challenge them, you can use them positively, negatively, whatever. So the directives for this, in addition to the prime directive, are find and apprehend the officers who stole the shuttle and retrieve the stolen vessel, investigate the reports of a Klingon bird of prey violating the neutral zone, and search for and study the strange radio signals emanating from the Bacchus system. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say, you guys are in warp on approach to the Bacchus system. Where is everybody? We're going to start in the same, we're going to go in the same order just because it's easy. So Chesh, where is Dr. Tregan?
Probably in sickbay.
Okay. Where is Commander Chanos?
Depending on which shift it is, probably either on the bridge or in his quarters.
Which one?
That depends on where the captain wants to be.
The captain, since we're about to arrive at our destination, is on the bridge.
Okay. So where's Commander Chanos?
Then I'd probably be in my quarters.
Okay. Where is Lieutenant Commander Shelby?
I am in engineering, just off to the port side in Jeffrey's Tube A74, adjusting a conduit that is helping balance the transwarp. That is helping balance the warp field.
Right.
The diagnostics have been awful lately. We've got some massive problems with actually maintaining a stable field. So, I'm doing it because everyone else is useless.
Is like the warp field plasma intermix off or something? Like what's going on?
We have been outside of standard operating procedures by about 2%. So we're working on that.
Have you tried flashing the system with anti-tetrions?
You're talking to Lieutenant Commander Terran Shelby. What do you think?
Has someone come to let the last stop again?
Where is okay, is it Lieutenant Croc? I can't remember. Is it Lieutenant or Lieutenant Commander Croc?
Yeah, Lieutenant.
Okay, where's Lieutenant Croc?
I'll say that I'm in my private quarters, making sure that preparations for our next Security Awareness Day are going off without a hitch.
That is important.
Security Awareness Day. Do you have like a little booth?
Oh, I have
It's set up on the
many
best
surprises.
Don't click
A
any
little
links.
booth, some cupcakes. You know,
Someone pass me a hyper spanner.
Sorry, dude. I am, by the way, every once in a while adjusting volume on the fly for those who are watching because OBS seems to have very inconsistent volume settings. Anyway, what is Hank Lanford? Where are you? Where are you there, Lieutenant Lanford?
I would be on the bridge since we're going into a thing, and there's possibly, ships. So I would be on the console running scans.
Okay. And where is Lieutenant Junior Grade Ross?
He is in it. Well, I am in my personal quarters, tending to my new friend that I acquired last time.
Who may be contraband. Okay.
Yeah,
What
I'll have
friend?
to.
This
I'll
is
have
the
to look at
captain studiously ignoring this friend.
Excuse me, my biofilters would not have allowed that friend on.
Big Beetle. TM. I named him Flagungus.
I'm gonna check regulations. Don't worry about that.
As the Lexington drops out of warp, the ship lurches as it comes to a sudden stop, whatever that means in space.
Ooh.
But everyone's gonna do the, Okay.
I'm in a Jeffrey's tube.
I accidentally clicked something and delete everything I was just working on.
Oops. Several
I
crew
dropped
members...
the hyper spanner that I was just handed, and it rolls underneath the panel. And I can't get it.
Don't get plasma
I
burns.
gave him too much detritus.
Several crew members tumble to the deck. On the main viewer, those of you on the bridge see one of the planets of the Bacchus system. Some sort of orange-colored beam from the planet's surface has enveloped the ship. The lights flicker and consoles go dark. Whatever the beam is, it's interfering with the ship's power, controls, and other systems. Just before the main viewer goes blank, you see through the orange haze the surface of the planet. It's a little larger than the size of Earth, yet on the surface you can clearly see structures, long lines that must cover thousands of miles, connecting geometrical shapes the size of large cities, as well as other indications of artificial construction. At which point, the power is on emergency only.
Alright. I'm gonna... If I can, I'm gonna try to contact every team of security and make sure they're on high alert.
Okay.
Right.
As you do, you can tell that there's a whole lot of commotion all over the ship. People are running around, yelling. It's not ideal, you know?
I've got out of my Jeffrey's
fair
tube, gone over to the communications panel, and Bridge, the command Shelby, what's going on up there?
I was just about to ask you the same thing, Commander.
I've got no power to any of my systems. There's nothing's reacting. None of the consoles are on. Did you hit something?
There's some kind of beam that's got us from the planet. We'll get you more information when we have it. Get that power up.
Give me 30 seconds. I'll have it running, Captain.
So, right now, getting power up is going to be a reason engineering task. However, currently, the crew is in a state of mild, which might be something to address.
I'll address, as long as the comm system is working, I'll address the crew.
It is going to be working, so here we go.
This is the captain speaking. We have arrived at the planet Bacchus. Power is currently not functioning due to some unknown effect from the planet. Please report to your immediate supervisors. If you are not on duty, remain in your quarters until the situation has been resolved.
Alright, let me get a presence command test from you to see how effective that was at calming down the crew. This is only difficulty 1. Alright, so not only have you managed to do that, but you have gained a point of momentum. So congrats. Alright, now, let's see.
I need to get power
Restoring power, now that the crew has calmed down, that has reduced the difficulty of restoring power down to 0, so this is going to be a reason engineering check. That is 2 points of momentum, and you, in fact, restore main power.
on. Boom. Told you I'm the best engineer in the fleet.
Well, I mean, For all we know, Montgomery Scott would have rolled 3 successes.
Yeah, but he may have rolled 3, but I only needed 2.
Oh, actually, you needed 0.
You don't need to over-engineer.
Captain Power is back up. I've bypassed a bunch of systems that are redundant in this current situation. Everything should be stable, and we have 100% power to weapons and shields if you need them.
Thank you, Commander. At this point, I'll turn to my science officer and see if he can get me some information on what the hell is going on.
All right.
Oh, information on what's going on. That's great. How are my scanners doing?
So they are now back online, which means analyzing this whole situation is going to be a reason and science task, which can be assisted by the ship's, science and, what is it? Sensors. There we go.
Sensors.
Sensors.
Right,
Sorry, sensors.
Ships, science, and... where's the sensors?
Under departments. Or sensors under systems.
Science and sensors. Ship task roll, just 1, eh? There we go.
I imagine the sensors are on the outer hull.
They are, actually. So the light at the bottom of the saucer section, that's actually the sensor dome. So that is...
efficient one in this one.
That was a difficulty of 1, so that's 2 more momentum. So let's see what we found out. So, the beam is both a scanner and a disabling mechanism. If you would like to mitigate the effects of that, you could try with a momentum, and doing so would cost that one momentum to create the opportunity to do so, and then a control science task with a difficulty of 1.
Sorry, what kind of beam did you say it was?
It is both a disabling mechanism and a scanning beam. So while it's turning off all your power, it's also conducting scans of the Lexington.
Okay, could I use my electroplasma power systems focus for that?
Well, first, the ship is currently not in a stable orbit and is well below orbital velocity for the current altitude, which means you are currently falling towards the planet.
Okay,
All right, well then, immediate thing, helm, get us back in a stable orbit.
All right, who's on the helm? Is anyone on the bridge who can actually do that?
Yeah, I'm not there.
Well, we have a helmsman, whatever.
Are you saying it might be time for a brand new character?
It is indeed time for a new character.
All right, well then, let's add a character. What is a good species for your helmsman character?
A Vulcan.
A Vulcan, nice.
Nice and cool under pressure. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just get to the supporting characters rules. All right. So what is this Vulcan character's name?
Willem Tok.
Willem Tok it is. All right. We'll save those changes.
Good enough.
All right. So species Vulcan, rank is gonna be, I'm guessing, ensign.
Yeah.
All right. Helmsman, USS Lexington is the assignment. All right, let's get to the attributes. We've got a 10 to assign. This is going to be a control task, in case that matters to anyone who might be assigning these numbers.
For sure.
Okay.
Well, yeah, he's a helmsman. He might need to control the ship.
We have 2 9s.
He's a Vulcan, so I feel like his reason should be a 9.
Okay. I will also say that daring is another common attribute for con tasks. So,
sure.
Want the daring to be 9?
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 8s.
Vulcan's always pretty fit, so, I mean...
Yeah.
An 8 in fitness.
Maybe fitness and presence.
All right. And as befits a Vulcan, he's got no insight onto what anyone else is doing. All right. When it comes to disciplines, I'm just going to assume that con is going to 4.
Naturally.
What's going to 3?
Maybe science. Well, we already got a science supporting character, right? So engineering. I don't think we have an engineering supporting character.
Okay. And there are 2 2s to assign.
I mean, if he's an ensign on the bridge, he's going to need some command, right?
Yeah.
Probably. Okay. And there's still 1 more 2 to assign. Security, medicine, or science?
Security for the Vulcan shop.
Okay.
Well,
Fair enough.
That nerve pinch always comes in handy.
Yeah.
He gets 3 focuses.
Well, helm operations would be 1.
obviously.
Have him be able to pilot the shuttle too, if that's something different.
We could just do general shuttlecraft operations.
Sure.
Yeah.
And one
And then-
more.
Calm under pressure or something like that.
I'd like
what-
to have the third
maybe-
one be a little bit off topic, just for funsies.
Like, meditation seems too broad. What's that 4D chess game they play? What's it called? There's
4D
a name for
chess.
it.
Yeah, are you
Is it
thinking
just 4D chess?
Well, there's 3D chess, but there's also Calto.
Yeah, that's with the sticks.
Yeah. Are you
Calto,
thinking
then.
Okay, Calto. Calto. All right, there we go. I will assign him so that everyone can see and use him. So all players. There you go.
Right.
And duck.
Willem Talk
And
is now an
Ensign
option.
Talk. Ensign Talk. I would prefer we did not crash into the surface. Make it so, please.
All right, so who is unlikely to actually need to take any tasks of difficulty 1 or higher? Probably Chanos, Tregan, Ross. So who would like to actually have Willem as their current character for this scene?
No, why not?
Okay.
I'm gonna roll like garbage because my luck has been bad today.
Well, you do have momentum points that you could spend if you wanted to. You have 5 momentum right now. So if you're worried
Yeah,
about
I-
this,
Whoa.
spend 3 points of
Yeah.
momentum. Get a 4 dice. I don't care.
There's- yeah.
This is true.
You want to do that?
So,
That'd
sure.
be- Okay. Go for it. Roll 4 dice with control and con.
On it, Mr. Bus Man.
This is the most laid-back Vulcan.
That
Yeah, the Vulcan said bus man.
So first of all, that's only 2 rolls. You need to do that again.
Wait. I reversed the thing. Oh, God. Oh, God.
What does that mean?
I-
So why does it say false
I-
in con?
I don't know what false means, and you should be using your focus because we are doing helm ops right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
So let's
It
try this
might-
again with
For
focus.
some reason, sometimes Roll20 doesn't input the right thing and uses false for some reason.
Okay, I think I got it correct.
So, well, first your focus should say yes. Pass
Yep.
roll on
Yeah,
4.
yep.
Control con. Yep.
Everything's-
Hit that roll button. There you
Okay,
go.
let's
That's
try-
There you go.
3
That's
successes.
that's better.
Which means 2 points of momentum are coming back. So really, that whole thing only costs you 1 point of momentum. That's why I say spend the momentum, because very frequently when you spend a bunch of momentum, you get a bunch back anyway.
Gotta spend money to make money, Chief.
All right. So now a control science task with difficulty of let's see, 0 actually will remove the immediate danger of the beam, but it will not restore full power. So I mean, not main power's back on, but you're still struggling. So.
Would that
But,
be Lanford or engineering doing that?
So that could be. I mean, it's whoever wants to take a control science check, basically, which I will allow to be supported by the ships.
I'll do that. I've
Computers
got
and
10
science.
4, so I'll take a control science check.
Right. And someone else, if you could roll a computers
Computer.
science. Yeah.
Why
All
did
right.
it say control and
The
engineering
ship.
when I did control and science? It's lying.
You
The
have the
ship
same
failed.
numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, the ship failed, but that's still 3 successes. So let's see. You are at the maximum momentum right now. All right, so the ship is currently in a stable orbit. Main power is back online, and eventually, the main engines are going to be coming back. They're still spinning back up. So, all right. You guys have successfully avoided disaster. However, as you finish solving the numerous crises on the Lexington, you feel a strange aura fill your body and you are transported off the ship. You materialize on a planet's surface. Move you there.
All of us?
Yeah, like the entire crew, or
All of the main characters. Because
Oh,
they're
right,
main
fair
one's
enough.
important to the plot, of course.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Main character magnetism.
Somehow.
Right.
Oh God!
Oh.
I mean,
Does-
is this
does
one
it
of
say-
these guy shows?
So, since you are breathing comfortably and not suffering any adverse effects, you conclude this must be a Class M planet. One of the enormous geometrical structures visible with the naked eye from orbit now towers in front of you. This gigantic pentagonal cylinder must have a diameter of at least 10 kilometers and is so tall you cannot see the top. It appears to be made from a single piece of stone, as no seams or other joints are apparent.
Well, someone's a show-off making that.
I see there's other people over
Yeah.
there. What's up with that?
So technically
Yeah,
you can't see them currently, but you can walk
Okay,
towards
got
the monolith.
Got it.
Do we
Okay,
have
alright.
anything with us? Have I got my tricorder or anything with me?
So,
No, you actually are transported without any of your gear. You don't have phasers, you don't have tricorders, you don't have med kits.
so the
You
captain
also
then will
don't
like
have
reach.
communicators.
He'll reach for his communicator, not see it, and say, "Well, that's less than ideal."
Oh, and I have
I'll just-
Yeah, why not?
If we're walking somewhere, I just want to make sure I'm walking in front.
I have one question. Was my intern coddling his bug, which now may have been transported with him?
that's
We
up to
just
your intern.
contaminate a planet.
He did
I had
say
a
that's what he was
protein
working on.
I was like working on his enclosure, but I hadn't screwed the lid on before or after the strange events on board.
Whilst you guys were talking, I've constructed a rudimentary crossbow and handed it to the security officer.
Out of what now?
I found some sticks on the ground. I'm the best engineer in the world, in the universe.
I'm gonna go with not
Any
currently.
orders?
Out of his own cybernetic arm.
I just pick up this heap of sticks that isn't useful and I just throw it to the ground.
So,
All right. So I would like someone to take a reason and science task. This is only difficulty 0.
You know what? I'll do the thing. Reason, science. What could go wrong?
So
Very
I've constructed
little,
an entire
honestly.
building now, guys. I've just made a new ship. We're fine.
Just one roll, yeah.
Yep. But I mean,
Well,
you can get 2
2
dice.
dice.
Yeah. Or you can. I mean, you
right.
do still have 5 momentum if you want to. I guess you could pay for more. But it's a difficulty 0 task, so I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
Just side note, my character sheet's all messed up, so I don't know if it's because I don't. There's some access question mark on it, but like half my stuff is empty and like there's no
You
notes.
should go up to the top right and hit the X button.
Uh huh.
The top right, the X button's on the sheet. That's next to the sheet settings, not the one that's top right that closes the sheet.
Yeah, there's a power
Oh.
button on your PC. If you just press that power button,
So what you want to do is you want to search your C drive for System 32 and just chuck it in the
Just
bin.
press the X
Settings.
button and
Okay,
complain
got it.
to Elon.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
if that doesn't work, you just press F4 and I'm
Yeah.
it's everything.
So,
Yeah, that's-
You can call for tech support. His name is Elon Musk. You can,
Oh
probably-
man.
so Ross, what you have learned with
What's
your
left?
what you have learned with your role is that if this is actually a single piece of stone, then the only stones that could be reasonably big enough to get chunks like this would have to be like a moon or a planet or something. Like maybe if it was cut out of a planetoid,
Oh,
then that might be enough stone to get a solid chunk like this.
I'm just staring at this thing, mortified
Yeah,
by
as-
the concept of what could have made it like that one Liam Neeson image.
This episode is Star Trek: The Cosmic Horror.
Damn.
Star Trek: The Cosmic
Trek,
Horror. I've
the
never heard of
Nice.
that before.
All right, so
Don't touch the tentacles. Don't touch them.
the
It wasn't.
Wait,
Pillar
you
in
said
front of
don't
you.
touch? Oh.
the pillar in front of you is
Yeah.
in fact shooting up not one but 2 orange beams up into the sky.
So
Well,
we
um,
probably
there
should
must be
disable
an-
that.
There's also probably a good energy source over there that we might make some use of.
Oops, sorry.
well, seeing as we have nothing else to investigate, let's go see what's up with this massive stone pillar.
Are we sure? That thing looks like it was, well, from what I know, cut out of like a moon or planet or something?
You're the security officer. Why don't you? Oh no, you're not. You're the intern. You birds do the same.
Well,
Um,
Lieutenant, do you see any other massive glowing objects for us to investigate in the vicinity?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
We could always wander out into the desert without any equipment, food, or water.
It is
There is
always
too,
an option.
Commander. That is an option. However,
true.
I think on this occasion we will instead investigate the enormous structure.
All right.
Captain, may I suggest that one of the birds uses their wings and goes and has a look first?
Excellent suggestion, Commander.
I
Croc?
automatically just go. I just go.
Okay.
So I fly ahead of everybody.
The pentagonal monolith before you is at least 2 kilometers tall, and its base must be about 300 meters on a side. The points where the 2 orange beams emerge from the monolith are on the opposite side, not currently in your view. A large metallic case rests on the ground at the base of the monolith. It's open, but you can't see inside from this distance.
All
A
right.
large metallic case, you said?
Yes. And by
Elevator or
large, I
something?
mean like it's something you could carry. It's not like a storage crate from like a cargo vessel, but like it also isn't the kind of thing that you would just like carry around like a lunch pail.
Well, we want to try and open it, right?
Yeah. Let's go check it out, and I'll tell everyone nobody wanders off. Everyone needs to stay. Yeah, buddy system.
All right.
Yes.
So here's a question: can any characters here speak any Klingon? Is there a good reason why any of you should know Klingon?
Oh boy.
No, I spent my time around Federation species. Although I have been on the edge of space in the medical stations, which may have had Klingons and stuff there because it's more likely to interact with them on the edge of Federation space. I might know some basic Klingon that is usually Klingons swearing at doctors.
And Chesh, what we?
I might know it based on my secondary role.
All right. Well, I'm going to say that you guys can get here, and based on you two, you probably have enough to parse out what's happening with the stuff inside. So there are a number of cases. One of them is just labeled Bacchus, and you happen to know that that's water, so there's some water in here. One says Kar, and you recognize the word for Kar, but you're not sure what the other word is. There are some foil blankets that look like thermal blankets, and there is also a single disruptor pistol.
Captain, based on my limited understanding of Klingon, this one is liquid, possibly water, and Doctor, does that say guck, gak, guck?
Chesh, that's a question for you.
What does it say?
It does in fact say Gach. Yeah.
It does in fact say Gach.
But it also
I don't
has
know what that
another
other
word.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I don't know what that other word. Do you know what that means, Doctor?
Let me just whip out my Klingon dictionary there.
Ooh. I'll tell you
Do I
what,
get
it
extra
is.
point?
So, first, if it's actually in that one, I think. Yeah, it should
Okay,
be
is it
on.
Spelled with a G, right?
No, this.
Let me just whip out my Klingon dictionary. I bet you get all the boys right.
So you're looking for capital Q. You're looking for capital
Capital
Q-A-D.
all the boys come out whenever the Klingon dictionary is pulled out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
it's a
said
big deal.
Capital. You said Q-A-B or B?
Q-A-D as in Delta.
D. Nope. I've got cock and cock. So I've got building and I've got face or structure.
And there's no
I do
capital
not
Q-A-D?
have.
Aw.
There is no unless the capitals are somewhere else. These are all lowercase.
Well then, yeah, they are somewhere else.
Well,
So
everything is lowercase.
Yeah, Captain, while the doctor is looking up Klingon, because somehow
My-
her Klingon dictionary was transported with her.
So my natural.
It
So
was in my
I'm gonna
pocket.
pick up the blaster, and I'm gonna turn to the security officer, half-hand it, reach out to him, then be like, "Never mind," and then like, who is actually a good shot? Because I remember the last mission. Okay, so I'll half-hand it to the thing to the security officer, and I'll
The
then
thing,
quickly
okay,
turn
gee.
to the commander and hand it to him.
All right.
I thought I didn't get raced until DS9.
God, I've got QA capital H. I've
Should be
got
before that.
with a capital Q.
It should
And
be
I've
before
got-
QAH. D is early in the alphabet.
Yeah, that's the earliest I've got for a capital
Aw.
Q. There's not that many.
No,
I
there
do
aren't.
have a lowercase q a capital D, which is challenge.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Spell.
It may be one of the words that came after
Can
that
we
book
just
was
assume
published.
that it's dried emergency rations or something like that? And
You could open it. It's just
Move on.
serpent worms at worst.
It seems likely that the
You know what?
reports of the
Oh.
bird of prey were accurate.
that definitely looks
You know
like
what?
something.
I'll
Yeah.
open it.
Yeah, so there are freeze-dried packs of serpent worms in there.
Does that other word mean freeze dried then?
It actually just means dried.
Right. Okay.
Ooh, you could feed them a lot of
Hey.
animals. Jeez.
Wait. That would really annoy Klingons. Who would do that?
People who are interested in surviving and instead of having a good meal. This is a container that has thermal blankets, bottled water, and dried
Like an
food.
emergency.
Yeah, this is
Emergency rations.
right. This is not a.
So we just
have a
found
picnic.
Klingon hardtack.
Yeah, basically.
Can't be worse than a freeze-dried omelette.
Captain, I believe it's prudent to say that if there are Klingon emergency supplies here, it's possible that we are not the only people here either.
Seems likely. It also seems strange that they would have left their weapons behind, or at least weapons singular.
As you're talking, the wind shifts a little bit, and suddenly you can hear some soft voices murmuring that sound like they're coming from just beyond where you can see on the pillar.
All right, I get in that direction between everybody else and the voices.
All right.
I'll also move over.
All right, so as you
Yeah,
look over, you see
man.
8 creatures standing at the base of the monolith, looking
Oh.
up at the orange beams exiting the structure at a point about 50 meters up. From the distance, you can see that all the creatures are humanoid. 2 appear human, 2 are Klingons that are suffering from the augment virus. 1 is a Vulcan, another is Romulan, and the final pair are Trill. The Romulan looks at your group and points, causing the rest of the strange menagerie to look at your direction. Then they all go back to looking at the monolith without a second glance at your presence.
They're almost as eclectic as us.
All right.
Well, it looks like this is a common occurrence being deposited here without reason.
Right.
Oh.
All right. Well, it doesn't appear they're hostile. Commander, keep the pistol down, but ready.
I'm not going to shoot anybody.
Captain, may I suggest we send the security bird to go and introduce us?
I think a delegation is in order. Croc, you're with me.
All right.
All right, so it's the 2 of you?
I stand in front of him. That's my thing.
So how's your hand-to-hand combat skills?
Mine are pretty
Mine?
good.
Mine are pretty good too, but I rolled crappy last time.
I'm not
I'll-
standing
I'll
with you
stand up a
guys.
little
I'm
to
sure
the
you
side,
guys are fine.
I can intervene without shooting the captain, but I'll stay in the background and try not to draw any attention to myself.
So as the captain and Captain Croc approach, the various people glance over at you, but they don't seem to really care that you're there or be terribly interested in approaching, but they also are not acting like they're going to attack you or seeming hostile in any way.
Anyone else
they
getting really bad vibes from this?
Are they
Is that
still
just
speaking?
me?
They're occasionally murmuring or speaking to each other. Sometimes there's someone murmuring under their breath.
So you said that there was something wrong with the Klingons, didn't you? Or was
What?
that?
I did not
Yeah.
say
They've
that.
got the-
They're just the original series style Klingons that look human, you know, with the
Oh, yeah.
the retro explanation of it's a virus.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
as probably most Starfleet officers are aware, a significant portion of the Klingon population has been infected with a mostly benign virus, which somehow dissolves their forehead ridges, making them look a whole lot more like humans, and also does have some...
Specifically, the virus. Yeah, specifically, the virus was a result of the Klingons attempting to copy the humans' successful experiments.
Successful.
Well, they certainly made some superhumans.
They did.
The experiments into augmentations that the humans did, the Klingons, when scared of the power this gave the humans, decided to try and do it to their own species, except fucked it up really badly.
Yeah, it didn't work out very well.
I just didn't know what that was. Okay, we'll continue.
Could I use my investigation focus to see if anything is like off about the way that they're behaving?
Absolutely. Why don't you give me a so probably insight and medicine.
Okay, insight and medicine. Focus. Yep. And let's go.
Okay, so I will give you a point of momentum. You guys are up at 6 now.
Ooh.
So they all seem to be fairly peaceful, but also like unusually subdued about the fact that there are just a bunch of random aliens here. And also remember, at least the 2 humans are murderers, according to what you got from Starfleet.
Right.
Okay, they're not acting normally. Something's up.
I'm
Oh
I'm
boy.
gonna go to the Vulcans.
There's only one
Since I
Vulcan.
grew up on I'm gonna go up to the Vulcan singular, and since I grew up on a science ship, I think I've interacted with Vulcans occasionally. So I'll give him the live long and prosper sign, and introduce myself as Captain Hawk of the USS Lexington.
He looks back
See
and
how he
says,
responds.
"Live long and prosper. I am called Barine."
Nice to meet you, Barine.
He doesn't
What is
respond to
the
that.
reason that you are staring
Nice
at this
rock
object?
you got there.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, that is a most impressive structure. How long have you been staring at it?
Approximately 6 hours, 32 minutes, 14 seconds.
That wasn't very approximately.
It is if you were a Vulcan.
He didn't tell you the milliseconds.
Did you arrive here with the other members of your group?
No, I came alone.
I see. And did they all come at the same time?
No, they came at various times.
Oh, interesting.
Hey.
Are you able to do other things than look at this object and talk to us?
Yes.
Can I ask why you're standing here staring at this object?
It is fascinating.
It's a nice eyebrow dabber. That was very good.
Fascinating.
Hey, Doc, come here for a sec.
Hmm.
I don't think they're okay. They don't. They seem a bit off.
Okay.
Seems like normal Vulcan behavior to me so far.
All right.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna.
besides the Vulcan, the rest of the things, the rest of the people.
Oh, you mean that they're not fighting?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just. Well, no, they're not fighting, but they're not confrontational, not too curious about our presence here.
Well,
That's more of my issue.
we'll have to wait and see what the captain brings back for information to see if we can delineate anything for the time being.
Fair enough,
Well,
fair enough.
At that point, I'll be like, well, Barine, it was nice meeting you, and I'll go to the next one down the line.
Who's that?
I guess I'm not sure which one the Vulcan is on this little ring.
Let's see. It's this one.
All right, I'm gonna go to whoever this one is.
Okay.
That is one of the humans.
And I'll be close enough to make
see.
sure that if they do a move, that
Can I?
I can. do
Is he?
something.
Is he in uniform? Can I tell what rank he is?
Yes, she is in fact a lieutenant.
I'll say Lieutenant Captain Hawk, USS Lexington, report.
Oh, Captain. I'm here to investigate this monolith.
And you are?
I am Camila Chara.
Is that one of the people we were sent to find?
Yes.
I see. You were sent here to investigate this object.
Well, I kept insisting that we had to go check the object, but for some reason the chain of command wouldn't take me seriously, so I had to take a shuttle.
I see. And the other person that we're after, what's their name?
That would be Ensign Jana Fry. And is the one in the red shirt over here.
I see. And you took the ensign with you? Did they also have to investigate this object?
Yes, we came together.
Giggity.
Do you know any reason why we would have been brought here forcibly?
I don't know. I wasn't brought here forcefully.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take it.
And the other individuals, they all came here of their own free will as well?
I haven't asked them.
I see.
Anyone got any ideas?
Can I use my negotiation focus and just go over to the Vulcan and ask them, please tell me what exactly is going on here?
I'm not sure that counts as a negotiation. But you can certainly ask anyway.
Right, okay, I'll come over and I just look at the Vulcan, Tellarite to Vulcan. Could you please explain to me exactly what is going on here? Don't leave out any details.
I came here in my ship. I have a small shuttle-sized craft that is equipped with as advanced sensor arrays as can reasonably be fit on such a craft. And I came to investigate the megastructures on this planet.
How did you find out about these megastructures and who sent you?
I'm an independent explorer. I sent myself.
How did you find out about the megastructure that is here?
Fascinating. I do not seem to remember.
And that doesn't seem strange to you?
Oh no.
I suppose not.
I move over to the ensign and I look them in the eyes and I say, Ensign Lieutenant Commander Shelby, tell me, do you know how you got here?
Yes, on a shuttle, sir.
And did you come here of your own free will?
Yes.
Why did you come here?
Because we have to investigate the monoliths.
Who said we have to investigate the monoliths?
Me.
Why?
Look at them. They're gigantic and mysterious.
Yeah, you realize we are members of Starfleet, Ensign.
Yes.
Gigantic and mysterious is our bread and butter. Please
Exactly.
tell me why you decided to disobey direct orders and join this lieutenant and come here. Why did you do this?
To investigate the monolith.
That is not an answer, that is just a description of what you are doing.
Maybe I don't understand the question, sir. The monolith has to be investigated. Someone has to be here.
There are lots of people here. Why did you specifically have to come here? Why did you make that decision,
Well,
Ensign?
I didn't know that anyone else was coming except for us two.
So you decided that this was worth disobeying orders?
Yes.
And
So,
you're-
I'm going to
Sorry.
go, while he's doing that, I'm going to go to the Romulan, and I'm basically going to follow the same line of questioning. And I'm just going to go down the line. Why are you here? What brought you here? How long have you been here? And I assume I'm going to get similar answers the whole way down.
Just about everyone is giving you about the same answer, that they were doing whatever they normally do. They decided they really needed to check out these monoliths, and so they showed up.
Captain,
could I use-
there seems to be something that is drawing them here. They all want to be here and need to be here, but none of them seem to know why. This ensign is very annoying, and I think you should report her for not answering my questions properly.
I was just gonna say, I go over to Shelby and I say, can you scan this? See if it's giving off any weird readings?
We don't
How
have
many
anything to scan.
tricorders?
That's
Yeah.
fair. I forgot.
How much of this conversation am I able to hear from where I am?
As much as you'd like, honestly.
Can I roll a reason science check to kind of understand if there's any kind of like brainwave interruptions? I do have psychology as part of my focuses.
So, let's see.
A reason medicine or something
I'll
like
let you
that?
take a reason science task with a difficulty of 2, but I am not currently going to let you use that focus.
Okay, that's fine.
Now, you do
can I
have
use
6 momentum. So.
Yeah, can I use 2 of the momentum, guys, so I can get to 3?
Yeah.
Do what you
you
need.
should
Costs
use, you
3
should use
momentum.
3.
Do what you need to.
Honestly, just use as much momentum as you want.
I will take 3 momentum.
Okay.
And so that my task
Now,
roll is
1 and
2,
you'll like it.
right?
That gives you 4 dice to roll.
4 dice to roll.
Yep. So on the
so I
task
go to
roller,
task
just
roll
4.
4, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, you got 2 momentum back. So you're not sure exactly what's causing the effect on these people. However, what you do realize is that the entire planet must be one big machine, and the monoliths are connecting pieces that cover the planet as a larger whole. And so, with a machine this big, it's not inconceivable that it could perform tasks on a cosmic level, such as rearranging the positions of moons, planets, or even maybe stars. There are runes and other etchings on the monoliths, and the connectors going between them somehow act as transistors and circuits, which pass power and signals among all the monoliths. However, you can't see any controls for this.
So I'm basically gathering all this because I'm just looking across, looking at their answers, looking at the monolith, noticing this stuff, put my hand to the ground, feel like this humming that seems to be going through the planet, and I go, Shelby,
Yes, Doctor.
it's a machine.
Yes, I was thinking the same, Doctor.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, this is technology beyond anything that Starfleet has ever encountered, Captain. We need to find out what powers this.
We're gonna have to find a way in.
Yeah, let's get away from the wicked people. Quickly.
Why don't we?
behave
I want to test something. I'm gonna order the lieutenant and the ensign to come with us, and we're gonna walk away from the structure and see if they'll follow me.
Oh boy.
They do,
Oh,
although
boy.
they keep glancing back at it.
Okay. I don't know what the terrain is like. Is there like a hill or something we can go behind and no longer see? Well, I guess the thing's like way up
Yeah,
in the air
it's-
to be able to see it from where we are.
Unless you're like lying down facing the dirt, you're going to be able to see it. You would have to
Gotcha.
go.
Okay.
I mean, this planet is already a little bigger than Earth, so you'd probably have to go like 100,
Gotcha.
150 miles to make this thing go like below the horizon. Like you'd have to go really far away.
All right. So, summary. These people were brought here from locations all around the galaxy, simultaneously, or roughly simultaneously, since they all arrived here within the last 6 hours. They all think that they came here of their own free will. This entire planet is a massive piece of technology, and we have no way to communicate any of this information to the ship.
And also, it is most definitely affecting them.
And also,
But it
while
doesn't
the
appear to be affecting us.
One minor thing:
No.
while the ship has been grabbed by an orange beam, there are 2 beams projecting from this monolith as of now.
Oh, great.
Well, that might be
Well,
where the
a
Klingon
second-
ship is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should. I think our best bet, Captain, is to try to find our way into this ship, or into this piece of technology. It's not a moon; it's a starship.
I would also point out that
That's not a
if
moon.
you wanted to know whether or not the ship or the orange beam was affecting the ship that the Klingons came in, you could ask them.
That's a good point. I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll say, okay. I think that we need to find an entrance into this monolith if one exists. But while it would be faster for us to split up without communications, I don't want us to.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna quickly,
split up.
while you're talking about this, I'm gonna look at the 2 people that we talked to, and I say, "Have either one of you touched the monolith?
No,
And I look at them and say,
Do you know of
either
anybody
you
who
found-
has touched the monolith?"
no,
I asked
Have you
if
talked-
either of them have found a way to get inside.
no. We were looking, but it's not clear how to get in.
I
Right.
see. Doctor, you said you know some Klingon. Can you ask our Klingon friends if their ship had experienced the same thing ours did?
I can certainly try, Captain. I will go towards the Klingons, and I will first ask them in standard language to see if they speak it.
So the good news is that yes, they do in fact speak Federation standard.
Yeah.
So
I imagine like you greet them in Klingon and they're like, "Ugh, we can just do it in standard."
Yeah.
You
Like,
didn't
look,
want
you
to try
just
to.
butchered my language. Please, just not. All right.
yeah, in
You
fact,
didn't want to try to have a Klingon conversation with Dapper.
you've got the Klingon dictionary
Dapper
right
the
there. You could
linguist.
try.
The dictionary. What do we want to ask them?
It's just that scene from Star Trek 6 where Uhura's got the gigantic tome of Klingon and
Yeah.
she's trying to get past the border guards.
We're,
All right,
we
so-
wanted to ask them if that second beam has to do with their ship.
I'm not going to
Right.
make you do this in Klingon, Chesh. That's
Thanks.
I demand it.
so. The Klingon looks over and says, "Oh,
I'll get started.
Federation officer. Is there
Yeah,
something I can
really
help you
good.
with?"
Our ship was grabbed by what appears to be this monolith's giant orange beam. Did your ship experience the same phenomenon?
No, our ship landed 20 kilocamps to the south, unhindered.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh,
Thank you.
We could potentially go to that
Could
ship.
we potentially approach your ship?
And use the
We mean
communications.
no harm in any way towards it or your people in this scenario, but we are trying to figure out what's going on with this monolith.
You could only
Yeah,
do
look,
that
Ensign
if
Bob
you
Dave's
walked
left in charge
20
of our ship. We'll
kilocamps
get
to the
back.
south.
How far
Perfect.
is a kilocam to a kilometer?
They're very similar units of measurement.
Nice.
So how many
Thank
was it?
you very much,
So
sir.
it's not a short walk, but it's also like not impossible. Like, you
Well, why
could.
don't we send
Couple of
one of the
hours.
bird people? They wouldn't take them very long to fly that far. They could go and use the communications on the Klingon ship, get hold of Ensign Bob Dave that we've now left in charge of the Lexington, which is making me very worried.
Remember-
And
Fixing a warp drive, now that's easy. Reading Klingon, now that's hard.
It is.
Okay.
uh,
That changes things now that we know that there is a functional ship on the surface. So,
Potentially.
can
well, it was functional when it landed.
guys.
yes.
I think the shuttles were also functional when they
No, they
landed. The question
probably
is if this mechanism will let them leave.
That's a good point. Let's ask the Vulcan if his ship also landed.
So you ask, and the Vulcan says, "Yes, it did.
Where's your ship?
It is near where the Klingon ship is."
Lovely. All right.
What a
So,
coincidence.
It's
The
not-
machine's
it-
pre-programming
it
is
is not a
making them land in the
coincidence.
same spot.
There's a particularly flat area of terrain that is very convenient for landing shuttles.
That's
okay.
Well, can the bird
Convenient.
people carry someone else while flying?
No.
Damn.
God.
All right. So I
Right,
think
could two of the bird people together carry someone else.
With a string on a line between them?
like coconuts.
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
like, you know.
Holding one of their arms each. Could like
Yeah.
could,
Also,
could
probably
two of the
not.
bird people fly Chesh so she can read the Klingon.
All right. I think we should split up into two groups.
No,
I
thank
think
you.
one group.
Those
Put me down, you stupid birds!
Ah! I need a third bird for my third arm.
I think one group should investigate the pillar and try to find a way in. The other group should get to the ships and see if we can get some stuff going on there.
All right.
Thoughts?
Well, I think me and the security officer are gonna have the best chance of getting there.
Well,
I shrug.
I'm going to go with one group. Commander's going to be in charge of the other, obviously. We need someone
have
who can. Go ahead.
I have experience both with diplomacy and ancient technology, so
Well, since
depends
you're good
on where
with.
you want me more.
You have experience with ancient technology, which is something I don't have. That's why I have science officers. So, you should take Lieutenant Lanford and one other person to do the pillar. Doctor, since you are a Klingon expert, you should take, I think, Commander Shelby probably to the ships and see what's going on there. Shelby, do you think you should go on the ships of the obelisk? I guess it's ancient. It's weird technology.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to be better looking at the technology on the ships. It'll be more useful than an
Yeah.
ancient obelisk.
cool. So, we're gonna split up into 2 groups.
I think
One
you should
command.
take the security officer with you to stay at the Monolith because I think that'll be more
Actually,
dangerous
yeah,
than-
that probably. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Don't know what dangers
So-
are in.
So
I'm
going to make a quick request. People who are going towards the Monolith, if you could put your tokens near the Monolith, and people who are definitely going to the ship, if you could like put them off to the east, just so we're sure who's going where.
So I'm commanding the ship group. So if you're coming on the ship to the ships with me, come over here.
I think Tregan is in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
All right, where's Croc going?
That I'm not
Uh,
sure. So I'm looking towards the captain.
I think since the people on the surface seem to be pretty peaceable, but the other team has a blaster, so maybe you should come with me.
Okay, done.
Okay. All right, so you guys, so the party led by the captain is heading off towards the south, and it'll be a little while until they get there. In the meantime, what?
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I thought Shelby was coming with
Yeah,
me
I
to
was
the
in the wrong
ships.
place. Yeah.
Okay, then in that case, the security officer should go with the obelisk group to even it out.
Okay.
All
Sorry,
right.
my bad.
Makes sense.
It's all good.
So, you four start heading south, and in the meantime, what is the plan for the 3 who are staying by the Monolith?
I'm just
we-
making sure that nothing attacks us while they do their science. So
Okay.
Makes sense. We need to find a way inside. You said the base is about 300 meters on a side, so we probably just should make one circle and see if we can see anything.
Okay.
And after that, maybe talk more to the other guys, but I'd like to see first if we can find anything.
All right. So I'm going to want an insight science task while you're searching the Monolith, and either of you can be primary, but the other one can help. So I would suggest whoever's higher on the on that test.
I assume I can't help with my command.
No. But also, you guys have 5 points of momentum if you really want to make sure this works. This is going to be difficulty 2.
yeah, we
My
have-
insight and science is not great.
Mine
Well-
will be 14.
Yeah, Lanford should be doing that. He's a sciencey guy.
Okay. Do you want to spend any
Makes sense,
momentum?
Yeah, let's spend just 1 momentum to start here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think one is a good value.
Do you have any focuses that might help, or well, I guess it doesn't matter because you just got it back. And do you want to roll an assist die there, Chanos?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Insight, science, and 1.
All right. So
Looks good.
as you look, some of the designs on the Monolith seem to resolve into writing that somehow you can just barely seem to understand. And it says, "The opening of the way is to those who are worthy of power," or at least that's the impression you get. But that takes a little while to figure out, so we're going to cut back to the party over by the Klingon bird of prey. So you get to this bird of prey, and it is an old-style bird of prey. It looks like it's probably 70,
Garbage
80
scout.
years old. It's been reasonably well maintained, though. So
Is
it's...
this the style that we were looking for, Captain?
We weren't given a specific ship, but we were looking for a bird of prey, and I can't imagine there's that many on this side of the neutral zone.
Hmm.
Oh, I thought you were referring to one of us.
Well, let's head in.
Never
Knock,
gets
knock.
old.
Yeah. Are we able to get inside the bird of prey?
Yeah, so the landing... So when a bird of prey lands, right, the wings come up, and there's a
Yeah.
ramp that lowers down from the middle, and that ramp is just down. You just walk
Okay,
up it.
so
With
we go in.
Nobody
and
outside.
Nobody
Yeah.
inside. Well, nobody that you can see
I would like to
inside.
roll a perception check.
Well, okay.
That seems ominous, but sure, let's go.
All right, so
Okay.
inside the ship, it is dimly lit with mostly red lighting. It's not clear whether this is because that's how Klingons light their ship, or if it's because this is like on low power settings. But all
Yeah,
the various consoles are on, and they are all in Klingon.
And there's nobody else in here.
Not that you've seen yet.
Okay, well, is there a way that I can look for the console for communications?
So that's probably going to be on the bridge, but yeah, you can make your way to the bridge.
Yeah, we should make our way to the bridge.
I'm going to attempt to call out in Klingon asking if there's anyone here.
How does that sound?
I don't. I don't speak Klingon.
It sounds like a bucket of gravel being shook.
Oh,
you know?
No.
Do you just shout, red wine? Blood wine, anyone? Blood wine?
All right, so eventually you do find a double door that is labeled mech, or bridge in Klingon, as in the bridge of a ship, not the kind you walk over.
And it's a closed door. Can we go through it?
Yep, there's a little button that says Hoshmoch.
Okay, so we go onto the bridge. Is anyone there?
Nope. Empty bridge.
Right. I find the console that in Klingon says communications, and I'd like to try and contact the Lexington.
All right. Let's see. I would like you to take a insight
Terminal
science, insight engineering on this one to make sure you can identify the correct terminal, so you don't accidentally fire photon torpedoes or something.
Does my knowledge of the Klingon language assist in this?
You there?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, we're going together.
Then yeah, you can roll an assist die on this.
Okay.
Would you like to spend any momentum? Guess not.
Guess not.
Not for that.
All right.
That's just a task roll. I'm just rolling a task roll 1, right?
Yeah, 1.
And what am I rolling?
This is going to be insight engineering.
Insight engineering.
Insight engineering. My insight is 11, so that's not bad.
So you did successfully find the correct console. However, there's also bad news in that in trying to put it in, it asked for a password. You weren't quite sure what that message was. You have locked the console. And that is because you rolled a 20.
Oof.
Captain, it was like this when I got here.
Bypass it.
True.
Bypass it.
Well, we tried the straightforward way. Commander, if you could be less straightforward, maybe with some wires in the back.
Okay, am I able to try and bypass the console to hotwire it so that we can get away from the password?
Hotwire a bird of
So
prey.
you were going to try and hotwire an active console on a Klingon bird of prey? Yes. This will be a daring engineering with a complication range of 3.
Okay,
Burn
backing
all
away
of that
from
momentum, baby.
Yeah.
Burn it.
Yeah. Okay, so how many momentum would it cost to roll 5?
6.
Right, I'm going to use all the momentum, okay?
Okay.
Doc, I think you should prepare in case he
Wait.
gets
Crap, was that the right thing to roll?
Should have hit the 6 on there.
Probably not.
So 4 more die.
Well, I did press it. It hasn't done it.
Oh, let me double check your character sheet, see if something's off.
Yeah, I hit 5 and it didn't do it.
Or not 3.
It says it now. Let me try. See what happens when I try it.
There it goes.
There it is.
Let's use that roll.
There we go.
All right. So let's see. You gain back 2 points of momentum, and you are successful with that.
Okay, Captain, you should be able to contact the Lexington.
Outstanding. I don't know who would be on the bridge. Well, I know that our ensign. Ensign
Talk.
Ensign Talk. This is Captain Hawk. Can you read me?
Okay, so a staticky voice comes through and says, "Captain, this is indeed an Ensign Talk. All right, we're receiving you on a Klingon frequency."
Yes. The good news is we have discovered the Klingon bird of prey.
I see.
And seeing as I am the only ranking officer on the bridge, I guess we've commandeered it.
Do you know how to fly a Klingon bird of prey, sir?
Don't bother me with those kind of details right now, Ensign Talk.
Aye,
That's a problem for a future captain.
What's the status of the Lexington?
Lexington is currently in a geosynchronous orbit around this planet, or I suppose a synchronous orbit. And we are currently working on getting the engines back into operating condition so that we could potentially warp away. However,
Captain, you tell him not to touch my engines!
Attempts at maneuvering have been met with resistance from the beam. It is not clear that we will be able to escape, even if we bring back warp engines.
Captain, it might be in our best interest to utilize the long-range scanners to find an entrance.
Excellent point. Two things, Ensign Talk. One, are you able to use the transporters to beam up or down from the surface?
We're having trouble getting surface locks with the transporter, sir.
Might be able to transport items.
Could you transport objects?
We could try. I can't guarantee that they'll make it down intact. Or at all.
Well,
Oh boy.
worst case, we will still have no tricorders. So, Ensign Talk, please teleport down survival gear and basic equipment for an away team.
So if we're on a bird of prey, they also had teleporters. I could interlink the two to increase the bandwidth and make it more successful.
All right, get on that, Commander Shelby. And Ensign Talk also have the ship engages long-range scanners. I'm interested to see if there's any way to enter one of these obelisks.
Sir. But as that's happening, we're going to cut back to the other team with Lanford and Chanos and Croc. So, you have discovered a section that says the opening of the way to those who... opening of the way to those who are worthy of power. Yeah, there you go.
What does worthy of power mean?
That's a great question.
Can I try and punch the area
by the way,
because I have power?
Real quick, I just want to say, Zoomy Tomato asked if we're using character sheets, or are those also on Roll20? Those are on Roll20. They are integrated into the game. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, can I punch the area where those words are written, because that's power to me?
Absolutely.
I cast punch.
So as you do that, that area that had that almost text that you could just kind of make out starts glowing blue, which is unusual since this thing had been glowing orange before. And with the activation of one section of the monolith, a soft blue beam shines in one of the runes onto the ground, forming a spotlight that's about the right size and shape that a humanoid-sized creature could just kind of stand in it.
I cannot believe that worked. Croc is definitely getting a commendation for that.
That looks like our way in. Good work, Lieutenant.
He just shrugs.
Yeah. It's not like I had a better plan. I was going to walk up to it and say melon.
I don't know that would have worked.
Probably not. It's not elvish runes.
So is anyone going to go stand in it?
Is anyone gonna go stand into it? What could go wrong?
I want to look at where the light is on the ground and see if it's having any effect on the ground where it's touching.
Nope.
Yeah, to make sure we don't get vaporized as soon as we enter it.
I mean, if it doesn't seem immediately
Romulan
dangerous,
woman
I'll
is-
stand in it.
The Romulan woman is
It's not
approaching.
big enough for all three of us to stand in it at the same time, right?
No, it's not.
Okay. So...
So, as you stand there, an opening starts to appear. But as that happens, 3 Klingons appear, looking around very confused. These ones do not seem to be suffering from the augment virus. And one of them looks around, then looks and sees that there's a whole bunch of non-Klingons. It says, "What is the meaning of this?" And he reaches for his disruptor, except there's nothing in the holster. Have you taken my weapons?
No, we are here to investigate the monoliths. It seems like they have been taking people from ships for some reason.
So you're trying to tell me that you, Federation officers, are not the ones who took my ship captive?
No, our ship has been enveloped by an orange beam and lost power before we were transported here against our will.
All right, I'm going to have you take a presence command check. To see if
Presence
this is...
command? Can
Yeah.
I use my diplomacy focus for that?
Sure.
I'd just like to point out that even though we did not originally take control of his ship, we kind of have now.
Yeah, but I don't
We
know
don't
that.
know that. Yeah.
I don't need to know.
I think we don't have any momentum anymore.
No, you
so
got 2.
I'll just
Oh, we
two.
got 2.
Then
spend one for a
I'd
guy.
like
Also-
to spend 1. Yes.
All right, bringing in those guys cost me some threat. We're down to 8 threat now. All right.
I have
so-
3 successes.
Well, it only was going to take 1, so you're back up to.
So spending 1 momentum was worth it.
You're at 3 momentum. Absolutely, they say. So then, why are we both here?
Ask
It-
the machine.
Yeah, it looks like this machine has some purpose that we haven't figured out yet, and they have been trying to get people to come here. You're not the first, and well, unless we solve this problem, probably not the last. Also, I think there are some of your crewmates over there.
My crewmates.
They are in the
Those are wanted
There are two-
murderers.
Interesting.
is also interesting because we are also here originally looking for 2 humans that have stolen a shuttle and come here.
Committed murder.
I wouldn't have expected a human to actually have the bravery to bother trying to steal a shuttle in the first place. You're usually too cowardly for things like that.
Damn.
Well, I'm not human. I don't care.
Everyone agrees.
I-
Like the little tag on the top says, everyone approves of this.
Yeah, no.
Well, have you discovered anything about why it is that my ship has been captured? I'm still not sure it
Not
wasn't
yet.
you.
We were just about to go inside. So
As
You
you're
wish to
talking,
join
the
us.
Romulan woman starts running towards the entrance. But as you glanced to see what's happening, she's just about to round a corner when you hear a blood-curdling scream and you can see the glowing outline of her skeleton before she crumbles into a pile of ash that's smoking.
Oh!
that doesn't look good.
What did you do?
Can we see what actually hit her? Or
Yeah, where's the source? Of...
That escalated quickly.
Little bit. I mean, you can look into the entrance. There's...
Oh,
It's,
so
she went inside.
she got near the entrance in that.
No, she went inside and was about to turn a corner.
Oh.
And right as she's about to turn
okay.
a corner, vaporized.
I misunderstood.
She
Well,
wasn't
something
the one who
inside.
opened the door.
well, she definitely didn't have the power, but we should proceed carefully.
All right. Kareem, the Vulcan, rushes past you, only to meet the exact same fate.
Can I grab him before he rushes past?
You can try. Take a daring security check.
This should have been me. But okay. I'll see that people are rushing in, and I'll make sure that the others are remaining calm.
All right, you do manage to grab him, but the others are approaching the entrance. They seem intent on going in. I'm going to cut back.
I look at the. I
Hold on.
can I.
We're going to cut
Oh,
back to
okay.
the Klingon bird of prey.
Yes.
Fair enough.
All right. So what's up over at the Klingon bird of prey? That's new scene, so we're dropping the momentum by 1.
Attempting to sync the teleporters so we could try to teleport down basic supplies, which would likely be a little bit of food, a little bit of water, basic medical supplies, tricorders, and probably communicators.
All right. So I am going to spend a couple threats to create a localized ion storm, which is going to increase the difficulty of this to 3. and it is going to be a control engineering task to do this. And you could have been helped by the ship's computer science, but someone locked out most of the controls.
I told you it was like that when I got there.
I am not very good at that, so I can help with science, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, you have 2 momentum, and control engineering is what you're going to need. It's difficulty 3.
I think it might be worth spending or giving Dapper a threat to get that 3rd momentum and get a 2nd die. And Shelby should probably be doing this since he's the engineer.
Yeah, I've got
I
10
agree.
control and 4 engineering, so
Okay.
you can have a threat if I can have 3 die.
Yep. I will get rid of all the momentum, go back up to 7 threat, and there you go.
So that should give you 4 die for this check, I think.
4 die. Here we go. Well, if it works properly. No, it's only done
Huzzah!
3. But I've collected 4.
Well, just type /R 1d20. Or, sorry, /R space 1d20. We'll just roll another d20.
R space 1.
I mean, the results were, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a fail, but whatever, it's fine. So, let's see, that is 2 more successes than needed. So you guys have 2, and yes, you get a, you now have established a transporter link that will, at the very least, allow you to transport down things like rations, tricorders, maybe some phasers. So, well, I will just declare that those things have been sent down because I don't want to roleplay that whole thing. So,
I cobalt warheads.
Yeah, send down like some phaser rifles.
oh, hold on, you want phaser rifles? Those cost momentum.
I want grenades. I want machine guns. I want the exo walking units.
So-
Whatever.
Do you actually want phaser rifles?
No, I was the captain. Do we need phaser rifles?
I don't think we need phaser rifles.
Okay.
No, we don't
We
need
just need
phaser
basic
rifles.
So
supplies.
you guys
Basic
can get
awaiting supplies.
some basic supplies.
What I
for,
want is the phaser cannon, please.
well, you can't. That's not going to fit on the transporter pad.
Damn it.
Sorry. But what you can do is you can get enough like water, dried rations, and tricorders and phasers for everyone, so that you can head back over towards the monolith if you want to.
Yep,
The
let's do
captain
that.
says,
Okay. So back at the monolith, yeah, there's a death trap.
Okay, so I'm going to, if I can, I would like to ask the Klingons to help us restrain these people from just running to their own death.
All right. Yeah, the Klingons say that does seem like a good idea. We aren't here to cause some kind of diplomatic incident. We're just pursuing criminals.
He
I
nods and
expected them
then
to say it's a glorious day to die.
Ramming
Look,
speed.
there's no glory in getting killed by a hallway.
that
Depends on the hallway, but yes.
But there's
Generally-
glory in being killed by tribbles. Come on.
Tribbles are ferocious monsters.
Yeah, true.
So,
Enemy of the Klingon Empire.
Do not let the junior counselor have access to them.
so you're in the investigation. You can get a little bit into the pentagonal monolith, where you find an interior passageway lit by glowing runes on the walls and ceiling. Cutting towards the center of the huge tower, the passage continues ahead and then turns a corner, which is where the Romulan got vaporized. The people you found on the planet seem a bit shaken by the opening of this doorway, and yeah, they're all, as you know, trying to rush forward into it. So I would like a... Who's going in there? That's Croc that's going in there first, right?
I'll go first.
All right,
yeah.
Croc,
Stupid bird.
give me a insight security task with a difficulty of 2.
Insight security. My insight is my highest stat, so
Nice.
let's go.
Well, that is 2 successes. So, basically, what you find after examining all this is that any living organism that passes through the portion that's trapped will trigger a blast with a disintegration ray.
What?
All right.
It's like-
So, do I see where the disintegration ray is coming out of?
It's further down that hall past the turn.
Okay. So I'll let our science dude. I'll let you know the specifics of how I determined that it works. See if you can do anything with it.
All right. As the official science dude, I guess I will use that information to get as safely close as I can to see if I can figure out exactly what this thing's doing.
Okay. So you don't learn anything else, but it does seem like if you want to get in there, you're going to have to do some kind of... You're going to have to find a way to either disable it or bypass it or something.
Yeah, that's the question. Can we disable either the sensor or the death ray? I guess that are our two options.
I will argue that at this point, the rest of the party has arrived, and you now see that there is an opening to the Monolith, and a combination of brand new Klingons that you were not aware of, and the rest of your crew are restraining all the people who you knew from before, and also both the Romulan and the Vulcan are missing.
All right. Well, I'll get a report from the commander and get us up to speed, handing out water and phasers like, Santa Claus.
Wait, I don't ever remember getting phasers from Santa. What?
Your Santa sucks.
Well, that's
You weren't-
Santa Ana, not Santa Claus.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to spend a
I'll-
threat, and the Klingon woman who appeared later looks around and says, "Wait, how did you all get weapons? Is this actually a trap?"
Funny story, we got weapons from our ship, which is currently in orbit.
From your ship, which is currently on the ground.
Which from your ship. We actually used your ship to communicate to our ship, but we're all in the same team
Because
here.
I'm such a good engineer.
You've been trespassing
all-
on our ship?
Yes.
Trespassing is not the phrase I would use.
The door was open.
And that's barely a ship. Who designed it?
I don't
Yikes.
know.
That should be holding trash and nothing
The
more.
important thing is
stop,
we
Mom.
have
They should
water.
Ooh,
We have
decent.
water for everyone, and I'll hand her a bottle of water.
Is all you
You
have
guys have
water?
been down here for 6 to 8 hours.
Well, I have rations. I'm not sure if they're to your liking, but I'm
No,
happy
I
to
mean,
share them.
you didn't bother to beam down anything stronger than this?
Captain, I think they want some blood wine.
I see. We don't carry blood wine as part of our standard loadout.
Point
We
There
can
is
always
some
go back.
freeze-dried snakes for them.
Once we deal with stuff here, we could always go back up and get some after we're done.
But if we solve this issue, you can have the finest whiskey that I have secreted away in my desk.
She turns to the other Klingons and just says, "Oh," and they all seem to nod in agreement.
Do I know what they said?
Sorry, did you have something stuck in your throat there, bud?
they-
Are you alright?
It's something about power or strength or something?
Yeah.
They're praising my
Applaud.
strength and command.
That's probably not it.
Yes.
Definitely what they're saying.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, as you've noticed, we found a way inside the structure. Problem at the moment is that around this corner there's a disintegration ray, and we are trying to disable it at the moment, but it killed the Romulan woman.
And
We tried
and the
shooting
Vulcan.
it.
We haven't escalated to that yet, but that is an option. But at
I
the
was
moment,
getting ready.
What were they going to shoot it with? We just brought the phasers.
I have
Commander-
one gun. I have
Commander
one gun.
Janos. So I'm going to quietly confer with Commander Chanos and Dr. Tregan and say, now that we have our phasers, it might be an act of goodwill to return the Klingons'
That
weapon.
But one thing
Yeah,
I want
think
to
that's
ask.
fine.
If you are okay with that, I would do that. Then I'll
Commander?
take a phaser and I'll walk up to one of the Klingons and hand him the disruptor pistol grip first. We found something that looked like Klingon emergency rations outside, and this was in it, and I assume it's one of yours. So you probably want to have it back.
I see. Well, thank you, human.
I'm not a human. I'm blue and I have tentacles.
All you Federation types look the same to me.
Three arms.
Are you
Those
telling me that the
birds.
Klingon Empire
Those
never
are
had an honorable
cyborgs.
struggle against the Andorians?
We're all just gonna
oh,
look at each
like,
other like
150 years ago?
All right, Commander Shelby, Doctor, or I don't know. Are you a doctor, Lanford?
No, Lanford's not a doctor.
All right,
He's a mister.
Commander, Mr. Lanford, what are we thinking with this disruptor ray? I'm thinking we shoot it.
I was debating picking up a rock and throwing it at it just to see if we could figure out which flavor of sensor and death beam it is. See if non-organic will trigger it.
Yeah, there's must have an incredibly large energy source. I wouldn't advise just shooting it unless you would possibly like to blow a hole in this planet the size of the Lexington.
Can I go outside and grab a rock?
However, I did punch the entrance to open it.
That is true. We saw some alien markings that implied that this structure seems to value strength or power, so it might be an option.
While they're having this discussion, I'm gonna use my tricorder to just kind of take a look at the vital signs of everybody who's been here for a little while and check to make sure everybody nobody's
I should probably also
dying of thirst or
yeah,
dehydration or something.
So
Brain parasites.
take a control medicine check. Give me difficulty 0. Okay, so that gives you a momentum. And so everyone seems to be physically healthy. However, you are noticing that there is unusual neural activity in the remaining 6 people who were here when you got here.
It doesn't surprise me.
Okay, can I use my tricorder to check for any strange radiation or anything coming off of the obelisk?
Yeah, but you don't find anything other than that the orange beams are made out of some kind of rather high energy particles that would probably be very dangerous to touch. Don't touch them.
Well, the markings on the outside were acting as transistors, right? Can we figure out what markings are powering that disintegration beam?
Absolutely. Why don't you take a insight engineering check, or whoever would like to.
I will defer that to my science officers.
This is going to be difficulty 2.
I've got 10 insight for engineering. Who's gone a little better?
It seems not like
No,
that's really
that
good.
beats me.
Right.
Inside is my dumb stat.
I have 11 insight and 1 engineering.
Yeah, you beat me by 3.
Looks like
Like
Shelby's
Shelby
taking this one.
I have 11 insight.
All right, so hold
Nice.
on. Did
2
you?
engineering.
So, had to have spent some momentum.
Yeah,
I did 2. I only clicked 2 on my thing.
It's all right. We're just going to take 1 momentum off, and hey, guess what? You took 2 more than it took, so here's 2 momentum back, which means you gained a momentum. Just accept it.
Okay, cool.
You gave us a gift.
Right.
Take it.
So, yeah, you find out that there are, in fact, certain rooms that are controlling it, and you think, based on the pattern of how they're glowing, and also sometimes, the light moves along them, you feel like you might be able to actually use them to deactivate the trap and get past it. Would you like to try to deactivate the trap?
Well, that's not
Anyone?
I mean,
Captain.
yeah, we would definitely. Probably better to deactivate the trap than just walk into it. I think that'd probably be the best.
Yes.
All right, this is going to be daring engineering, and it's going to be difficulty 3.
I'm reckless, but not that reckless.
Got 7 daring, 4 engineering.
Oof. So I am actually as good at that as you. I'm actually better at that, despite my complete lack of engineering skills.
Well, remember, you do all have a point of determination.
Right. Can anyone else beat a 12 in terms of those 2 things combined?
No.
Right. Okay. The captain will say, "This sounds dangerous. I'll take care of it."
I got this.
I mean, this could
we
be a
appreciate that,
determination
boss.
spend based on the directive search and study the strange radio signals.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
so-
gonna spend a point of determination to
get a
do that,
D20 that
and I
counts as having
have-
rolled a 1.
Yeah, hold on. And I'm gonna roll a challenge die, which is a D6, right?
Yes.
Because if I get a 5 or 6, I get the determination back.
Okay.
6. So
There you
I
go.
don't even have to actually spend it. Okay, so I got that, and then I'll spend. It would be 2 more momentum to get another die. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so 3 die with 1 already being assessed. How much momentum does that leave us at?
2.
All right, not enough to afford a 4th die.
Unless you just give a threat.
How much would we have to get another one?
1 threat. Okay, 1 threat and all the momentum would get you that last 5th die.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
So I'm
I
gonna
am
roll.
with this.
I'm gonna roll 4 because 1 is already a
Right. 1 already
success,
counts
right?
as 2 successes, actually.
Got it. Okay.
All right, so that's 2, 3, and then 3 points of momentum back. All right, you have successfully deactivated it. So, I'm assuming everyone's headed in?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will lead the way.
Let's go.
All right, so...
Do it.
Can I pick up like
Captain,
a pocket?
is there anything we
I'm
should
sorry,
do
hold
about
on,
these
hold on, hold on.
murderers hanging
Hold on,
out?
one at a time.
Hold on,
One at a
Ross.
time.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Could I pick up like a pocket full of rocks just in case we need to like throw them out in front of us?
Sure, yeah, you can pick up some rocks. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's not even really a
Ross is
question.
just-
You have to ask, you can just say, I pick up a pile of rocks.
Oh, okay.
Ross is just
That's good.
perpetually picking up whatever he sees around him. Beetles, rocks.
Yeah.
Funny enough, that's
bird.
usually me. I usually do that.
So whenever anyone ever goes into his quarters, it's like a hoarder's place.
Pet
No,
rocks
it's just
are
a bunch of
definitely
like
safer than
terrariums.
pet beetles.
So as you go in, as you're going in, the 6 people who were here managed to mostly just break free and just rush in, and you find yourselves in a pentagonal, what looks like a control room. As you all enter, 3D displays spring to life all over the place. There's a number of different displays there. Some of them you recognize. One shows a 3D representation of the Bacchus system that you're in, and a beam shooting from Bacchus 4 reaching out to a moon of Bacchus 3. And as you look at the display, the moon is pulled out of orbit, cut into huge monoliths of different geometrical shapes, and pulled down towards the surface to Bacchus 4, which might go a long way to explaining the monoliths. Another display shows the galaxy, with bits of red highlighting different points all over the galaxy, including Bacchus 4, and there's a big concentration of lights in an unexplored area deep in the Beta Quadrant, past what Starfleet has estimated as the far borders of both the Klingon and Romulan empires. And there's also another display that shows the Lexington and a different Klingon bird of prey than the one you found earlier, in orbit of Bacchus 4, both trapped in orange beams.
Apparently, there is another bird of prey this side of the neutral zone.
Yeah.
And as
What
you-
are the odds?
As you're looking, all of those 6 remaining people who are already here are all over running their hands over the various control surfaces and being seemingly very, very, very
Yeah.
impressed and wowed. And they're like, "Oh, okay."
As
Could
long
you
as they're
all
not.
stop?
Just could you not,
Let's-
please? No.
Creepy towards some sheets for like 5 seconds.
Could
Hold
I
on.
could I
Hope we can
use
get them back to normal.
my doctor's orders to be like, you're all experiencing some neurological damage. Could you sit in the corner for a minute?
That could work on the 2 Starfleet officers. It's very unlikely to work on anyone else.
Could
Damn.
you not be yourself
Well,
for 5
Are
minutes?
they just like feeling it, or are they like using these controls?
So
Yeah.
far, the controls haven't reacted to them. So-
I'm mostly concerned that these guys are all gonna get themselves killed. There was a death trap,
There was.
What
and
language
I'm
is the
just wondering
controls
what
in?
we could do to maybe
So
prevent
you
that.
don't
And two
recognize
of
the
them are
language that the
murderers?
controls are in. However, just like what other people found earlier, sometimes as the controls have different displays that come up, some of the symbols seem to impart some kind of information to your brain that gives you at least a vague idea as to what different control panels do.
Right, so am I able to determine a way to turn off the big orange beam holding my ship?
Yes, actually, you find that there is a control panel that seems to be the one that is projecting the image of the orange beams, and you get the impression from looking at all these runes that that is the panel that is going to be able to turn off the orange beams.
Captain, I think that this button will stop our ship being trapped. Do you want me to press it?
Is it a button or is it...
Oh, it's a whole set of controls.
Should we make sure first that both our ships don't start shooting each other while we are down here?
Yeah, I mean, being out of the beam would probably help us with that, right?
Yeah,
If we're the only ones out of the beam, I don't know how much we need to be worried about the Klingons.
Alright, so these controls, Captain, I figured out that if I do this, right, we're not trapped anymore. Do you want me to make that happen, or...?
Can I reach the Lexington with our communicator?
You can certainly try.
I'm going to try to talk to the Lexington.
All right. So I'm going to spend a couple points of threat, and the ion storm has grown ever stronger, and now you are out of contact with the ship.
Oh, lovely.
Well, I'll just have to trust that good ensign talk will not open fire unprovoked on the Klingon ship should they be freed. Go ahead, Commander Shelby.
Probably will.
Okay, well, do you want me to release both the ships, Captain? Because I figured out what these are, and yeah.
Try to release just ours first.
Okay,
Okay,
I fiddle with some controls, and what happens?
This is going to be a difficulty 3 daring and science task to figure out exactly which controls are the right ones to press in which order.
Okay, how many momentum have we got?
3.
Well,
Okay,
do we have anybody who's good at both daring and science?
7 and 4 for me.
I have 11 and 1.
8 and 5.
9 and 4. I don't think
My
that's-
daring is 11 and my science is 1.
Did
I've
no
got 9 and
one...
3.
So no
Okay,
one
did I
took their good stats in daring and science, huh?
Did I hear a 9 and a 4 though? Who said 9 and 4?
9 and 4 is pretty good.
9.
Yeah, take that and use your momentum to do 3 die.
Well, also, does anyone have any, what's it? Not
Determination?
focuses. Yeah, does anyone have any values that could be of use for this?
Values?
I could challenge a value.
Oh, which one?
I have a value of I don't need to know the science, that's why I have science officers. But all of my science officers are not very daring.
So I have risk as a part of life with an 8 and a 5.
That actually
could I
could
use
work.
my investigation focus?
Probably not on this one, no. But do you have a focus that could work, Sam? Hank Lanford, that's the name. Sorry.
For my focuses, I would have computers.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I will let you use that focus as well as use a point of determination to get a single d20. It counts as having rolled a 1. And would you then like to spend any momentum and or provide any threat?
What do you think, guys? We got 3 momentum.
Yeah. Use the
Yeah,
momentum.
yeah.
Let
Do
it
it.
fly.
So that would be.
So we got 1 die with the determination.
Mm-hmm.
2 momentum will get us to 4 die effectively.
Right.
With 1
Yeah.
already being counted as 2 successes.
If you wanted to get all the way
So we'd
to
have to-
5, you could spend a third momentum and give me 2 threat.
I'd say do it.
Yeah, I'm with the commander.
You gonna go for the
So-
all the dice?
All in,
all the
baby.
die.
Yeah.
Roll it 5 with focus.
I'll roll 4 with focus, and the
Full,
more-
because one of them is already a
Yeah,
double.
you already
Because
have
one of
2.
them's already double.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is a
Nice.
lot.
I don't know, guys. I don't know if that's good enough.
Oh my goodness! Nicely done, Hank.
You rolled 3 2s and a 1 and already has a 1 on deck.
I know.
You guys are back up at 6 momentum.
Let's fucking
The
go!
thing is, I'm not sure if you want to do this, but in theory, because I, as the executive officer, are here, you could spend 3 momentum to get your determination back.
Good. That's a decision to make in a second. But so as you do that, both beams, fortunately, couldn't get one, but both of them seem to go away on the display. And as the dazzling displays stream information at you from all directions, an explosion rocks the monolith. All right, everyone do the Star Trek thing. All of the displays go dark simultaneously, leaving you in pitch black. Then one display appears, showing you a holographic representation of the Bacchus system. It shows the planet you're on, with beams of energy bolting out and destroying the other planets in the system. A placid voice speaks throughout the control room. Your access to our technology has put you in danger. This system will be destroyed. Use the teleportation field to return to your ship and leave the star system immediately. The voice repeats the message as a purple beam of light plays a spotlight on the floor.
Did I blow up a solar system?
Indirectly.
Yes. And now we need to leave.
Not again!
All right.
Blow up a solar system. Wait, this
Everyone-
happened before.
One by one into the teleporting beam.
I'm gonna try to
the,
pull some of these. Oh,
None of the 6 who are already here seem interested.
We are
I'll
going.
grab one of the
Yeah.
Are the
Okay.
three Klingons also in here?
Order
Yeah.
the Starfleet people.
Yeah.
All right,
So we'll order the Starfleet folks.
Well, here's what's going to happen. No one is perfectly willing to go. So the Klingons grab the 2 other Klingons and just shove them towards the circle.
Fair enough.
Everyone else is going to need to take a fitness security check
Oh
with a
no.
difficulty of 1 to drag someone. So who wants
I
to drag
will-
whom?
I will try to grab somebody random.
I'll grab the one that
Lieutenant
looks like the most
Chara.
realistic.
Hold on.
Did
hold
I
on. Let's start
understand-
with Croc. Croc, who are you going to grab? Just pick someone. It doesn't.
What ones were left? There was 2 humans. I'll grab one of the humans. The
Okay.
ensign.
All right, grab him or her.
I
No,
guess
you
I'll
said,
grab the other.
Okay.
Yeah, so do a fitness
human man.
security check. All right, so that
2
is
successes.
is an extra success, which can't do anything with because he's at 6 momentum anyway. All right, who else is grabbing someone?
I guess I'll grab the other human then.
All right,
Go ahead and
take
spend a momentum.
You want to spend a
Yeah,
momentum?
You're full.
I didn't realize we were full. Otherwise, I would have.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so roll 3 dice, fitness security.
Yep. Let's hope this goes well.
Yep, you got it. All right, so you managed
Woo!
to grab the other human away, so that's good. All right, who else
Okay,
is grabbing
come on.
someone?
Goes
I'll,
over.
I'll
we're
grab the
going.
Vulcan.
The Vulcan's dead.
Okay, I don't
Grab the
grab
Vulcan
dust.
and the Romulan.
I'll
Didn't
grab
I
the
stop
Romulan
them
then.
from running in?
So there's 2 Trill left. Who wants to grab a Trill?
I'll grab a Trill.
Want to spend a
I grab
momentum?
one.
I do.
All right. Yep, you not only
Yeah,
spend the
sure.
momentum, you get it back, and you manage to grab the Trill. Who's going to grab the last Trill?
It was fitness and security. I'll do it.
Okay, you want to spend a momentum?
Also spend the momentum.
All right, well,
Yes, 3.
gain 1 back, so you're back up to full. So everyone gets on there. I'm going to drop the momentum down as you all are engulfed in an orange light. And let's see. In the blink of the eye... Oh, no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. All right. So, as your senses return following the transport, you first notice that you are on the bridge of a Klingon ship.
Oh boy.
They intercepted our transport.
That's just where the transport sent you.
Fair enough.
That could be.
The area is stale and reeks of Klingons. A dozen shocked Klingons turn and level a dozen disruptors at you. What is this
Hey, whoa,
intrusion?
hang on.
Yells the closest, his finger dangerously twitchy on the disruptor's trigger.
Hey, whoa. Let's not get let's not get trigger happy. I don't really know what's going on here too much either.
So what we did was we rescued your crew members who were at the surface, but the
there.
ancient technology sent us here by mistake.
He turns
With
to one
our
of the...
You
luck,
can ask them if
Klingons
you
are on
would
our
like.
ship now.
The Klingon who's in the command chair at the center of the bridge turns to one of the Klingons who came down and says, Darkhawk, is this true? He says, yes. They did, in fact, help us get off the planet after they disabled the beam that had us trapped. So the captain raises his disruptor pistol from pointing at you and says, well, Federation, it's your lucky day. I won't kill you today.
I appreciate that. If further than that, if you could allow us to use your transporters, we'll be vacating the premises.
And perhaps we should take those 2 murderers with us.
Yeah.
So on
We'll
the
take
view
all the
screen,
non-Klingons.
on the view screen,
Yeah,
you
let
on the
the
view
Klingons
screen,
deal
you
with
can
that.
see the planet, and some of those arcs of energy are starting to shoot through the system, and one slams into like where the view screen is, and the whole ship shakes. And
I say, there's a machine on the planet trying to destroy the system. You might want to leave.
The machine
I
is a
didn't do it.
planet.
It wasn't my fault. I promise I did not mean to blow up the solar system.
one of the
New plan.
Klingons from somewhere else on the bridge looks up and says, "Hold." At which point the captain looks back and says, "Hey, we're in mixed company. Use their language." Captain, the blast hit engineering, and there's the chief engineer is dead, and the reactor pit is currently venting to space, and
I
the
guess
warp
I should
core
go
is
and
in
help him.
danger of breach.
Captain, we would be happy to offer our engineer to help if you'd be willing. I don't want to give the orders on your ship.
I appreciate the offer, and since it might keep both of us alive, I suppose I can trust you with this one. Do we have
Commander
a way
Shelby?
to seal off the breach? And the Klingon over but the engineering panel says, "It doesn't seem like we have time. We have to eject the warp core."
Okay, well,
That's
I
not
need to
good.
get to the ejection systems then and initiate that for them.
The ejection systems can be accessed remotely.
Right, okay.
All right, then the Lexington will have to tow the Klingon ship to a safe distance. Can I communicate
Yeah.
with the ship?
Sorry, say that again. I was reading something real quick. Sorry.
I was going to say, if the warp core is ejected, then the Lexington will have to rescue this bird of prey.
Yeah,
and I'll
yeah.
ask the captain to raise my ship. To hail them.
Yes. All right. So one of the other Klingons says, "Ejecting warp core," and presses the button. But then an alarm blares. Captain, the ejection system is failing.
Oh no.
Oh, that's not good.
Would someone
Hey,
like to
that's
take
okay,
a
you
difficulty
did good.
1 insight engineering check?
Difficulty 1, insight engineering. Do I need to use momentum?
You can
Are we
if you
full
want
still?
to. You're at 5.
What?
Yeah, I'll take up to 3. There we go.
All right. So you gain 1 back, and you find out that that the problem is that there are ejection clamps that have been fused shut by the energy beam, and they're on the exterior of the hull.
Well, guess I'm doing an EVA then.
Well, we
Oh boy.
have a couple space
Probably
suits that
don't
should
have time
fit
for
you.
that.
We don't have much choice.
Yeah. Okay, well, how many's out there? I'm going to need to take someone with me.
Who's the best at engineering, I guess?
Yeah.
Right.
what do you need?
Science officer, I guess, would be good to come with me.
My engineering's 2, but I have a focus in warp mechanics.
That sounds useful.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, so
I'll
me,
do it.
me and Hank are going outside the Klingon ship to fix it.
And I'll ask the captain to hail my ship so I can get the Lexington into position to render aid.
All right. The Lexington is offering to render aid, and points out that Captain, was Ensign Talk
I've
says,
also got a focus in warp field dynamics, just so you know.
nice. So Talk says, Captain, it does seem as if impulse will be sufficient to escape the system. However, the Klingon bird of prey will be stranded in our space without a warp core.
Understood. Prepare the tractor beam in case something else goes wrong, and stay within range of the ship until we're all out of into.
Captain, if
Yeah,
danger.
their warp core breaches while we're within tractor range, it could very well damage us.
Would it breach by us ejecting it? Would that do it by itself?
If the ejection system works, it should be able to shoot it fast enough out of the ship that the ship itself won't be in danger. But if we're in tractor range, then we'll be very close to the Klingon ship.
We should just eject
Well,
it
So,
first.
so this is basically dependent on whether Hank and I can get the clamp sorted,
Well-
then, right?
Should we
Raise
make-
shields.
Aye.
Raise shields and get with it. Can you get within transporter range?
Yes, although with the shields up, we can't transport.
Right, I understand that. All right, so stay within transporter range. We're going to have to risk it. I'm not going to leave this ship stranded here.
Aye, aye. All right, so Shelby and sorry, go ahead.
Captain, since that was a pretty large energy beam, I think it would be appropriate for me to do some rounds to do any emergency first aid to any Klingon officers that may have been injured in such an event.
The captain looks at you and says, "You can coordinate with the ship's surgeon."
So, Doctor.
I will go and do that.
Can I go with her just in case, like, they get violent when they're injured?
Racist.
To help restrain? To help restrain.
So when Croc says that, I'll say, "That sounds like an excellent idea, Lieutenant." And then before it goes, I'll kind of put my hands on his shoulder and say, "Do not start any violence yourself."
Okay.
He nods.
All right, so Shelby and Lanford, you two are going out onto the exterior? Is that correct?
Run.
Oh, I
Yes.
was muted. I should probably also go with Bregan.
They do not have a spacesuit that will fit an Aurelian.
No, I was
Oh,
saying
that
I
was a
should go
doctor.
with Doctor.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go for it.
I'm
yeah.
being sent with the bird crew.
Isn't
Oh,
he your
no.
intern?
Chirp.
Birds.
All right.
Hey, weren't you the one who asked for me?
I'm slowly being convinced by Lieutenant Shelby here that I'm like, they're slowly fucking birds.
There's just
Um,
wait. What if there's just more birds on the ship?
Shelby and Lanford get to the airlock, and they manage to get into the ill-fitting but sufficiently sized Klingon spacesuits. And you can smell the stale recycled air in there, and it's not great, but, it'll keep you alive, presumably. And they start navigating outside on the ship's hull. So they're on the underside of this Klingon bird of prey that is itself, it's aging like the other one was. The new model hasn't come out yet. So I'm going to need a daring con task from both of you. Difficulty 1. Alright, so Shelby gets momentum. And Lanford gets 2 points
Nice.
of momentum. Wow, you're back up to full. Alright, so you guys can both successfully navigate on the outside of the hull. You have that weird feeling where, you have the magnetic boots on, but because it's not gravity, and it, actually goes off of, it's like the inverse fourth law for these magnetic boots. So, like, they're weirdly sticky. It feels like you're walking through, like, treacle or something. Or molasses if you're an American. Because those are the same thing. But you can successfully get to the clamps, and you can see that, they're just fused on there. And so, this is going to require a fitness engineering difficulty 2 task to cut it away with the multi-tool that the Klingons gave you. So,
Alright, well, I'm using the momentum for mine. Okay.
Alright, so let's see. That is a success with, but it has a, wait, why is the 19 listed as a complication? You have your complication range set to 2 or 3 or something?
Oh shit, I've got on 2. Sorry, what was it? It was
No
one.
worries. Yeah, you're fine. So you managed to successfully cut that away, and as it happens, you see the warp core just fly out at almost blinding speed. And as it gets far enough away, your visor automatically darkens, and you can see an explosion in the distance. And some of those particles hit, and you can see little sparks against your visor. But you've survived.
Yes,
Why
we
is my
just
skin
survived
all
a
itchy?
antimatter explosion in space. Whoop whoop.
All right, so the ship turns, and you can feel yourself, and you start. Both you and the Lexington, which is barely in visual range, are flying away at impulse power. All right, after which you guys can come back on board. Communications are restored, and you can transport back to the Lexington without any further problems there. So, yeah.
Good.
We
So,
hear transporter sounds.
Thank you.
What the hell was that big ass machine planet then?
Do we know?
No?
Looked like remnants of an alien star empire.
Are we okay?
That was a
Are we-
rhetorical question.
Have we safely left the system?
Yes, you are now safely, at least out of range of the destructive energies of the Bacchus 4. At which point, Ensign Talk comes over the intercom and says, Captain, there's a priority 1 communication for you from Admiral Bana Stoker of Starfleet.
All right, put her through.
To the transporter room, sir?
Oh, sorry, that sounds important. Never mind. I'll take it to my ready room.
Aye, aye, sir.
I will make sure
It's
that
important,
the,
but not that important.
Right.
Oh.
Croc, come with me for a moment. I have a task for you.
What are we gonna
Okay.
do with these 2 murderers, Captain?
Actually, sorry. Croc, send them to the brig. Shelby, you come with me for a moment. So I'm going to go to my ready room. I'm going to rummage my desk. I'm going to pull out a bottle of Jameson, and I'm going to give this to Commander Shelby and say, please beam this back to the Klingons with my compliments.
Yes, sir.
I would also like to take the people that were on, like the leftovers, and
Yeah,
take
the
them to
2
medbay.
Okay.
yeah, the 2 trill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Klingons stayed with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I sent over the bottle of Jameson's, and the Klingon said, "What the is this?" And then there was a bunch of words I didn't understand.
Yeah, so you send that over, and there's, what is this you're sending? And then you hear sound of a bottle opening, and some Klingon says, oh, and then you hear someone take a glug, and then you hear a different voice say, oh. Guys, if I'm going to play a Star Trek Adventures game and there's going to be Klingons, I'm going to flex at least a little bit of Klingon.
Did they like it, or
Context clues.
It's hard to tell, but they didn't seem angry.
They drink it, which is what's important.
Yeah. All right. So
It was also something you promised, so that's good too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's right. You're ready for the call with the Admiral.
I am.
So on your little view screen thing, a woman in a Starfleet Admiral uniform who looks like she's probably in her early 60s appears and says, "Captain, I'm going to need you to rendezvous with the USS Astrad at the location I'm going to be sending you. That's going to need to be as soon as possible."
Understood, Admiral. What are we to do when we get there?
That is something that I will tell you in person.
dun dun dun.
Let's see. I should tell you that there is currently a Klingon bird of prey that is without warp capability in the system with us.
I see.
They
what
were
would you
brought here-
recommend?
They were brought here against their will and have no desire but to leave and return to their space. So I'd recommend we render whatever aid we can and help them return to their homes.
And you trust these Klingons, Captain?
They had disruptors on me and I'm still here.
I suppose that's good enough. Well, we can tow them to
Would you like us to wait until the Klingons are rescued or proceed to the rendezvous
No,
immediately?
you should proceed immediately. You can let the Klingons know that we'll be sending some tugs to bring them to Starbase 4, where we can help them repair their warp system, and then they will have to leave Federation space with all haste.
Understood, Admiral.
Hopefully this won't be turning into an international incident, but that's not up to me.
Well, I've already
Into
done some.
galactic
I've laid some.
incident.
I've laid
Yeah,
some
right.
groundwork to help
Do it.
smooth the diplomatic implications. Don't worry, I'm on it.
All right. All right. So, all that's been arranged, and a course is set for the location that was sent. And when you arrive, you are right next to the Constitution class USS Astrad NCC 1739, and you are hailed on the bridge by the Admiral, who says, "Captain, if you wouldn't mind transporting over to my flagship, we have some matters to discuss."
Understood, Admiral. Commander, you have the con.
Was that
Come
the
on.
Admiral?
When the thing goes off, I'm going to straighten my uniform and say, "All right, I'll be returning as either an admiral or a lieutenant.
There are reasons to
Plus,
talk to
becoming
Admiral
a
besides
lieutenant.
that, but sure.
Well,
you
you could also be.
You transport over, and the Admiral says, "This way, Captain. We're going to go to my office."
Okay, I follow.
So, let's see. Captain, I need you to file a complete report on what you and your crew experienced there as soon as possible. And also, I'm going to need you to delete any sensor logs from any tricorders or ship sensors regarding that entire incident. The whole thing has now been officially classified. And you and your crew are not to speak of this incident to anyone unless it is under my direct orders or someone who outranks me. Is that understood?
Perfectly clear, Admiral.
You're not in any trouble. So don't worry. However, I am shifting the Lexington under my command.
I see.
Don't worry, I won't be there on the ship managing day-to-day affairs. I plan to stay here as my flagship, but I will be assigning you extra assignments from time to time.
I understand. Does this supersede our current orders from Starfleet?
The last I heard, your current orders were to investigate the Bacchus 4 system, and you've completed that.
That is correct.
Don't worry,
If this...
I will be coordinating with Fleet Command to make sure that my orders and their needs don't conflict, and you will only be getting one set of orders at a time. But I am letting you know that as of now, your direct chain of command has shifted be me right above you.
I understand.
Are there any questions?
May I ask why this matter's become classified?
It has been determined that whatever that technology was is in fact a threat to galactic security, and we are going to be classifying that to the maximum extent possible, while also we are going to be conducting classified missions to further investigate the source of this technology and any further instances. Before you destroy those logs, though, if you could send them on a classified channel to me.
I'll make sure that happens.
Make sure it's
so
very encrypted.
If I could be so bold, my crew, I can vouch for them and their discretion on the orders of Starfleet. But the Klingons were there too. And I doubt they'll be as accommodating.
That is not something I have direct control over, and I will simply have to deal with that.
Blow up their ship.
I will not. Well, okay, you're not here, so I'm not going to respond. But
Yes.
look, in the hopes of not starting another hot war with the Klingons, which is something, as I'm sure you're aware, Starfleet can ill afford, we're simply going to have to let them go on their way, and the Klingon Empire will deal with what they can. I doubt they'll encroach in our space to investigate this further, especially if there are any such instances of this type of technology in their space or in other neutral space that's, not contested by either of our polities. That's as much as we can do.
Understood.
All
Well,
right.
I guess the only question left is what are your current orders?
Well, right now, you're on a 5-year mission to explore the galaxy, yes?
I am.
Go see what's out there.
Will do, Admiral.
All right, you're dismissed, Captain.
I will walk out and return to my ship.
Okay.
Lieutenant Shelby and I have got to be taking drinks talking about what the fuck that was.
Hey, Doc, so I just want to be clear. No one said anything about me being in trouble about blowing up a solar system.
I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think there was anything anything in that system that was going to be necessarily problematic. It was all kind of just a bunch of rocks.
Yeah, but
I mean, you
there's
saw
no
the planet
way.
we landed on.
Doc, there's no way that twice in my Starfleet career I'm getting away with blowing up a solar system.
Oh, you're definitely gonna get away with it. I do not doubt that for a second. Do you think we can put any of that technology like in your system?
Possibly, but I
all
would have
blown
to ask
up.
the captain. Yeah, we do. Talking about that, could we do my weekly checks? I've been having a bit of problems with the cache.
Yeah, let's get that done.
All right, that is where we are going to wrap up with the episode for today. Thank you very much, everyone. I would like the players to stick around just for a little while. We're going to do some more reputation checks. And like I said, look, it wasn't going to be 4 hours again this time, so, you know.
Yay!
Yep.
Yay.
So congratulations, everyone. Tune in next time. I believe the next episode is Plato's Cave. So that, now, unfortunately, our captain won't be with us. However, we're going to be having the captain's log given by acting captain Chanos, while the captain is off at the Grankai Tactical Orders convention on tactics that is very conveniently being held on Risa.
That's a tough job, but someone's got to do it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Perks.
Thanks, everybody.
Perils of command.
Make sure that if you're not subscribed, you hit that subscribe button and hit like if you enjoyed this, so that way maybe YouTube will send this out to some other people. And with that, we are out of here. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your night. And hey, I'll be live tomorrow at noon Pacific on my channel, and then I'll be on with Chesh later on that day at some other time Pacific. I don't know.
Bye!
Bye!